play until you hear your open run. You may have to get your open redone because I think Ray's on there.
Yeah, and Chris too. Yeah.
This is Freedom 11.
Now, I've still been sending the shows to Chris. Is that where I'm still supposed to?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Serving Eastern Virginia and North Carolina with 50,000 watts of power and worldwide at WKQAradio.com.
That's this is the volume for the computer, so I would usually, you might need to fade that down when you start talking, but don't forget to put it back up. Because when you play your spots.
Wait a minute. You got moves.
Don't turn your mic on.
Sure.
I used to live in Jamaica, girl.
What?
That's where I found them.
And yes. Convocation Radio, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Deshaun Wright. We're wishing you, telling you that, you know, if you're alive, guess what? You are winning. You are definitely winning today. We have a great, great, great show coming for you today. And with that show, we got some amazing guests. I have a special guest going on. And one of those special guests I have going on is one and only Miss Christy Owens.
Hey.
Christy, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Great. How's everybody?
Everybody's doing really, 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 really good. And then also too, later on, we got another special guest. We got Miss Marilen Crump. Marilen, how you doing today?
Fine, thanks. Doing great. Pretty blessed.
Fairly blessed. I like to hear that. Fairly blessed. So, as we get ready, one second. This is my first time behind the production today, so I want you all to be patient with me out there in Convocation Land. I'm excited. You know, your boy always stretching his limits, so I'm definitely excited about this opportunity behind the mic. Get my little, what's the guy name? Wolfman Jack. Get my little Wolfman Jack on. Get my little Wolfman Jack on today. Now, Christy.
Yeah.
Okay, Christy. First of all, tell the people a little bit about you.
Okay. So I'm Christy Owens. I'm local to the area, and I'm a yoga teacher. And the most current project that I'm working on is with a company called Holistic Family Solutions. We bring yoga as one part of a four-quadrant approach to treating mental health issues and behavior issues in children and family in Hampton Roads area. So that's what I do for them, and I'm a mom of two little ones myself. And if they're listening, I told them to listen. I'm saying hi to Judah and hi to Leona.
I like that. I like the name,
Yeah.
Judah, Leona, Sean names. I like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, Christy, okay, I know you and I was talking, you know, how this all came about. I put on Facebook saying that, hey, looking for some changes going on in Convocation Radio, and I'm looking for some guest hosts. And quite a few people responded. I was very overwhelmed by how many people responded that wanted to be a part of the program we have here. But and you were one of the ones that wanted to be a part of it. And then, so you and I was talking back and forth. And one of the issues we was talking about back and forth is the situation happened in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But before we get to the Charlottesville situation, we want to talk about Hurricane Harvey, what's going on down there in the southwest part of our country. And our prayers are with those families down there who are going through this at this tragic moment. One thing about a tragedy, it always brings people together, though. You know?
Yeah.
We just had a couple weeks ago the incident in Charlottesville where we saw division in the country.
Yeah.
And then when you see when a tragedy occur, you see like people really, humankind, you know, people are being human towards each other no matter what you are, your color, your sex, people are there to help each other.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, we're humans and we're social creatures, and we are here on this planet. We have this drive within us to want to connect with each other. And so we have this collective drive to want to survive and survive as a species as well. That's why when things like this happen, we have this drive within us that we can't really control or explain to really want to help each other. So that's what I see, you know, is going on with things like Hurricane Harvey and also in Charlottesville. But, you know, I think that's ultimately what our drive is, to want to connect with each other, and that's why we want to help each other.
I mean, people realize humans, when we come together, we get so much done.
Right.
I mean, throughout the generations and generations that we've been here on Earth, that's what, you know, humans are. We're that species when we come together, the only species that have the ability to come together and bring so much difference into the world. So people don't realize it's not the separate. You know, we back in the day in history books, we try to make it seem that there was so much division when we started off with, you know, but a lot of stuff, humans working together is the reason that we are here today.
Right.
So it's the same thing going on with the situation of Hurricane Harvey. Now, like I always try to tell people, we tend to focus on what we see. So if we see division and everything out there, that's what people think the world is about.
Right.
But that's not what, you know, ultimately the world is about. It's way more love than there's hate out there. We all see the same things, we just see it through different eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
So we see it, we look at the same thing, but the perspectives of it is different. And a lot of times we are scared to challenge our own beliefs, and that we are so attached to our beliefs that we can't learn from nobody else.
Right. It's kind of like, I talk about this a lot with some of my peers about it being like this this program, this bad program that we've been given, whether it's through like the society or our family of origin, that we have this program within us. And so when that program is challenged, fear is at the heart of that. The fear that your identity or your connection is going to be lost because you give yourself the opportunity to connect with someone by seeing their perspective. Because that's all we're doing constantly, is just projecting our own perspective of reality. That's all it is. Just because somebody has a different opinion than you doesn't mean that your reality has to change. You've just broadened your reality.
That's
it.
all it is. And how are you going to find common ground if you can't talk about it? You know,
Right.
How you can't find common ground if you only are around people who have the same views as you.
Yeah.
You know, you can't grow that way. You
That's
would not
right.
learn nothing different. But like I say, as people we are so attached, and because we believe that's our identity. Like this is like you're challenging our beliefs. That can't be. What if you? And a lot of people are like, what if you're right though? What if what I thought all along was incorrect, and now I have to look at myself? So they're fighting that. And that could be actually. I can tell you. I mean, a lot of times from just the environment I come from, a lot of things that I was taught. It was like a lot of times that I was one of those taught like all Republicans are racist. I was taught that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a person that was taught that. But when I moved to York County and started my business in York County, I met a lot of Republicans, like personally, and they helped me tremendously. You know, so it opened my mind to be like, wow, that's not. I had to look at myself and be like, that's not what I mean. I was taught something different, and that's not what it is, though. You know?
Yeah.
So just that attachment to your belief, right? You know what I mean? So it's crazy when people think like that. So even the people out here who hate people for different colors now, that one day, you know, they allow themselves to be around others to see that it's not what they think that it is.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Powerful. Definitely powerful. Now, real quick, we talk about yoga. Now, I've been reading a lot about yoga, and we talking about bettering ourselves and everything. But the power of yoga and meditation, how important is that?
Sorry, excuse me, I'm having a little allergy issues this morning.
Yeah.
So,
You're not allergic to the radio, are you?
no, okay.
Right.
I think this is my thing now.
I
Okay.
got you. But you're allergic to the radio.
Yes. So I'll tell you, I like to talk about why I came to yoga and why it's helpful for me in changing perspective on my reality, because the work that has to be done first is the work within ourselves. And that's what yoga did for me, is to help me have a better relationship with myself, to accept myself completely, like all of the things the characteristics that I don't like about myself, I have to love those too, right? And so that helps me to make better connections with people. That I can accept somebody regardless of, you know, of who they are as themselves. Like, come as you are, be yourself. Like, that's why I have been sticking with yoga as my practice, my spiritual practice, for so long. And it's come in ebbs and flows, and I think that's, you know, just natural to being a human, is your cycle in this body. Your relationship to yourself and yourself and your body has ebbs and flows, and so these are things we need to honor in each other as well. So yeah, change is inevitable. It's just how we learn how to cope with it and adapt with it, like on all realms, in our bodies and in our you know, intelligence, and all of that.
Yeah.
So it makes it flow.
Definitely makes it flow. I like that. It definitely makes it flow, that
Yeah.
harmony. And another thing, I mean, you know, what yoga does help people who who are worriers. You know, people, we cannot steady our minds or calm our minds. And worry kills so many things. You know what I mean?
I'm the best kind of worrier.
But, you know, worry, it does nothing though. You know, it's like being in a rocking chair.
Right.
You're moving, but you're not going nowhere. You know what I mean? That's what worry it does. So, I mean, how important is like yoga and just to be able to quiet your, so many people just can't quiet their mind.
Yeah, that's me. I have like an audience of all kinds of people in my mind, and so
Just talking to all kind of people.
just
huh?
and that's the part of yoga. Like people
Just
think
like-
of yoga, I just have to break it down. Like
Break it down.
yeah, yoga people think of as just as kind of like an
But hold on,
exercise.
before you
or-
go, so when you do this yoga, since you got an audience of other people that are not there, so is it you and those invisible
Yeah.
people?
They come. I invite them because I love them too, right?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
They got their mats and everything.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah,
I got you.
So I said, come on, and I'm going to teach all these people in my head how to be quiet.
I got you.
And interesting enough, I've tried several different ways, and mindfulness is a part of yoga. Because a lot of people think of yoga as just stretching and doing postures and like and you know all this silly
Yeah.
stuff. But it's not just that; it's a lifestyle too. And so the lifestyle that I know is working for me is mindfulness practice, and that's being able to pay attention on purpose. That's as simple as that. It's as simple as just paying attention to the present moment and giving that attention. And the way we get to that moment is just to focus on our breath. Like even just focus on the space where between your nose and your upper lip, that space right there. Just focus on that and focus on bringing that air into your body. Anytime you feel like your mind is distracted or you're judging or you're worrying, bring yourself back to that breath. But here's the part where you can connect the prefrontal cortex. If you feel in your mindfulness practice where you're judging what somebody's saying or you're trying to think about what they're saying or how to respond to that, just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
That has been the key to bringing me even more present into the present moment. And so that when we can discuss things with people on a much more deeper human level, like touchy subjects like racism and politics and you know all those kinds of things, so that I can be fully present for you and understand your experience as well.
Man.
That's a huge thing for me.
Powerful, powerful.
Yeah.
You all, to everyone listening in, you know, questions and comments, please shout us out on Facebook Live. Facebook Live is popping right now. And also, you know, really appreciate you all tuning in to Convocation Radio, WKQA 1110 AM. We're about to pay some bills. We'll be right back with our very, very special guest.
It's important.
All right, you need to be ready as soon as you said we're going to pay some bills. You'll not have that pause.
She did good.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about art. Are you an artist who has stepped creatively or professionally? Are you tired of not having the success you know you deserve? Do you want to
Thank
know
you,
how
Mr.
to
G.
take your
How we
career
doing?
to the
Questions and
next
comments,
level?
everyone.
Let me help you
go
excel
behind the
in your
mic.
growth.
Oh, did you go live? I'm gonna go live.
www.bridgetmayer.com, BRIGGETTEMAYER.com. Let's make it happen, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hello from Good Life Kitchen. It's your boy.
What's up, John? I heard your beer
Here
comment
to
too.
talk about how you
So
get
Mr.
favorite
G.
foods done in a healthier way. How we can save
Jeff, I
money
got you, brother.
I was like,
time,
how's they
and
talking
stress
without
by meal prep.
talking?
And
Chris,
one of
what's
the
up,
seasonal
Chris?
workshops, which are every Monday from 6 p.m.
Boom, boom, what's
to
up,
8
man?
p.m. Catering for home and businesses. Cooking classes,
I'm good,
groups
boom, boom,
and
you good?
individuals. Eat real food. Everything is made from scratch.
What's up,
Here
Kaya?
at the Good Life Kitchen. Check us out, goodlifekitchen.com, or look us up on Facebook and on Instagram. And remember, come to the Good Life.
Hey guys, it's your boy CJ. So hey, tell me where do you go when you need to get your back adjusted? Tension from work, the tension from playing sports starts to take its toll. I'll tell you where to go. Wright Spine and Sports Health. For athletes in everyday living, they fix your body the right way. Visit them online at www.wrightspine.com or stop by their Newport News location at 12700 McManus Boulevard. That's Wright Spine and Sports Health.
Hey Convocation listeners, we all have the same goal, reaching people. If you've tried different marketing tactics and keep getting the same frustrating results, 1056 Brand Development has the solutions to help you finally reach your people. We'd love to put our digital marketing experience to work for you. Call us at 757-814-4944 to take advantage of our New Year's 15% off campaign cost promotion, or visit us at ten56.com.
The whole day.
And we are back live on Convocation Radio. It's your boy, Deshaun Wright, WKQA, Freedom 1110 AM. We are here with two lovely ladies here with Christy, and we're here. We're about to bring our very, very special guest on, Christy. This young lady, this is my first time personally meeting her, and I'm very excited. I feel like I know her though. You know, Facebook makes you feel like you know people.
That's right.
Even though you never met them before, but I know she's good friends with Kaya. Well, my good friend is Kaya, and also she's a mentor to a good friend of mine, Kelly Martin. So, very fortunate to meet this lady and seeing things she have done on the Creative and Dreamers, her Facebook page that she had. We'd like to welcome the talented Miss Marilen Crump to Convocation Radio. Marilen, how you doing, ma'am?
Thank you. I'm doing great. And it's Marilen. I know we've not met before, so it's Marilen. That's okay.
Our first time meeting you, see?
I still love it any other way, so that's great.
Marilen, nice to meet you, ma'am.
Nice to meet you.
Now, Marilen, tell us a little bit about yourself, ma'am, and what do you do?
Okay, a little bit. Okay.
We only have an hour.
I'm a mom of 5 kids.
5? Wow.
And I am an entrepreneur and a mentor, as you mentioned. My big company name is ARTINSPIRED, and within that we have different things that we have going on. So anywhere from teaching people photography to some yoga, and we have wellness, we have anything fun, but really what it is, it's a center for self-development. So if there's something that we need to bring to the table because it's going to help you become a better person, that's what we're about. So you're always seeing new things, and things will change and flow depending on who we're interacting with. And I like that about the business. And it gives me a little bit more freedom in life as far as spending time with my family, quality time, and also meeting some great people and helping them change their psyche, just like what yoga does, and just to give empowerment out there. I just feel like there's a lot of big purposes that we all have to engage ourselves in, and I'm really excited to keep developing in that manner for myself.
Man, that is so true. Everyone here on this earth has come here with something. Yes. You have a purpose. You just have to find that purpose.
That's
I
right.
totally agree with that. Now, hold on, we gotta get back. You say you have 5 kids.
I have
For
5
real.
kids.
Talk about that.
What's the age ranges?
So Sahara's 13, Mason's 11. Sophia just turned 5, and I have twins that are 2-year-old toddlers.
Wow, you got a lot going on there, man.
Oh yeah.
Are you done anymore?
I think I'm done. I'm gonna need a bus.
I got you. You're gonna need a bus. I got you. So 5 kids, entrepreneur. You know, a lot of people were like, "Yo, you have a lot going on your plate." You know, how do you find the time to still go after your dreams?
It's a lovely organic plate that is shared by many, so I never feel overwhelmed. And I just taught a class on time management. Yeah. I think there is a very smart way to regulate your life. It's all about that right kind of discipline where it's not going to stress you out. I love things like yoga. I love things like prayer. You need those things first and foremost before you can ever accomplish anything. And if you're accomplishing things efficiently, you're not going to feel crazy. You're going to have freedom to do things like show up at a radio station in the middle of the day. There's a lot of things that you can do because you're doing it in a smart way.
Personal freedom.
Personal freedom.
Key to happiness, personal freedom.
Yeah, I want some of that.
You're getting it.
I'm going to get it, yeah.
Yeah.
You already got to start. You're here today.
That's
That's
right.
the start, that personal freedom. Now, so you're going back, because a lot of people, a lot of people has dreams. They have goals, aspirations. But then a lot of people have that magic, that curse word that starts with an E, excuses, you know? So, I always tell people, excuse is a curse word. You can't say that, but it is. So, in life, you have reasons and you have results. One of the two. Just which one of the are you picking, So, you have picked results. You have decided that, whatever your challenges are, you're going to proceed and push forward. So, what things inspire and motivate you to do those things, ma'am?
Well, I I'm a follower of Jesus, and he's just one of my biggest inspirations out there. And I take what I can from everybody else, right?
Okay.
So there's good parts to you, there's bad parts to you. I don't really care about the bad parts. If I meet you and maybe some things about you rub me the wrong way, it doesn't matter to me. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to find the seed of what makes you great. Same thing like when you think about things like social media or Facebook. Some people see it as a curse. I see it as a garden. You know, I'm there to be, you know, growing things and ignoring things that I don't want. Weed things out, but grow certain things. If you see someone who needs encouragement, do that, you know, because that's really the biggest purpose there. So in a way, you can inspire yourself based on like the things that you're doing out there. Don't wait for someone perfect to inspire you. There is no such person, right? You just need to find it in yourself and kind of just settle in that peace and say, look, it's not about how I judge this. It's what I'm doing because of the next powerful thought that came into my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of
Great point.
Yeah, that was a really great point.
Is that relaxing?
Yeah.
That's super relaxing.
Yeah.
You can breathe.
I still can't get over the fact you have 5 kids, and I'm like, how can you? Okay.
They all have great qualities.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I have I belong to a mom's group. And that's hearing. You don't.
But you got lots of kids.
I'm too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was gonna say.
Well, you got lots of other kids.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I was gonna bring up the point about the support systems too. About you know how like my mom's group and my really close friends have been my biggest support, and so can we talk about like how important support systems are for when you're
super
doing
important. Okay, so right now I'm here because someone's supporting me to be here, and those people are my mother, my mother-in-law, my husband. I have a beautiful friend named Wanda who comes over at certain times of the day. We all coordinate. So this is a team effort. So me being here is the effort of 5 other people.
Right.
Okay, so I don't take credit for that at all. So that's a good support network. I think you have to be careful who you consider support, okay? You only want to be where you're feeling empowered, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes, there's relatives that we might clash a little bit on what support for me would be. I just try to be more at peace about it before I would say, I need to change that person because I need them to be on board and fully supporting me. But then, are you fully supporting them in their needs as well? So it works both ways.
It's like you can't ask somebody to give you something that they don't have. Right?
Yeah.
So if they can't give you support in that way, then you...
Yeah, and if they don't have the energy to support you, you can't just say, well, because you're my mother, you need to support me. No, she might not have the energy to support at that time. You just got to be creative enough to find another avenue.
Yeah, and know how to ask for help.
That's it.
Yeah. I think people trust other people more when they realize that they're the type of person that can ask for help.
And ask yourself why you need the help.
Yeah.
Because if I were to help you and I see that you squandered my help, I would be less likely to help you again or feel enthusiastic about that. So if I'm being helped and people who are helping me see the results of me helping others, then it makes their time worthwhile as well.
Yeah.
Man, good stuff.
There's no void anywhere.
Right.
Avoid the void.
Yeah.
Avoid the void. I like that tagline. Boy, you're a rapper too, huh? I know you rap. You're a rapper too.
What's up? I'm writing my next rap song.
You're rich. I got you.
You saw how excited I got?
I like it. You're a rapper too.
She did the booty shake.
I got you. So,
mindful movement. Okay, that's called mindful movement.
Mindful movement. We in here having fun on a Friday. Now, one thing you talk about is support. Like sometimes it's the wrong support. I like how you was talking about everyone is not there to be support. Put it like this. I always try to tell people, everyone's not going to have your vision like you have your vision. They're not going to believe in it like you. And you cannot get mad because they don't believe in it like you. We get upset. Like, you should. But like you said, just because that's your mom, she doesn't have to. You know?
No.
She doesn't have to. Because a lot of things, you put it like this. Like, I tell certain friends, okay? Then you feel for somebody. Say somebody lost like their grandmother. You feel for that person. But you don't feel for that person like that person feels for because it's his grandmother.
Right.
Your dreams are the same way.
Yes.
They're your dreams. So you're excited about it, but when you go tell somebody, they may not be as enthused as you. That's okay because you know what? is your dream. Stop taking it personally. Stop
Yes.
taking it personally.
And here's something that I tell people, right? Because sometimes they'll come to me and they say, I need help with this project I want to do. Let's say I want to become a photographer. But they've had other projects in their life that their spouse has been so excited about and have been there to back them up. But then it's like, okay, now I'm going to choose this. Okay, you just chose something like last year. Now you're going to do something else. Okay, well, I'm going to support you. I'm going to support you. And then they have another thing. Okay, I'm going to support you. But then they're not seeing the success, or they just see that you're getting drained from all those efforts, right? Now, when you come to me and say, I would like to do this thing, but then I don't know how to convince my supporter, my husband, etc., I will say, well, you can't expect that. I don't expect it either. I'm not going to go and back you up on your dream when you've had so many other things that you did inefficiently.
You can't back
So
yourself up on your own dream.
when you need, that's like what you need to do is really come up with, why are you doing this? How are you going to do it differently? You know, don't try to convince that person. You got to convince yourself first. So if you're not coming in equipped with that, no one else is going to believe you. Yeah, I would. Do you have a proposal or just an excited idea? To me, if you're saying, look, husband, or look, significant other, I have like a whole binder full of my new dream. This is like all the things I wrote down. Here's how many chapters I created out of it. What do you think of my new dream? Wow, I've never seen you this into it or this passionate. Wow, you have all this information. You've already answered all my questions before you approached me with it. So to me, you have to propose your dream to everybody that's out there, right? You might know internally, and then you get offended because they ask you a simple question like, well, how are you going to afford it? Oh, I can't believe you just asked me that. That's my dream. We should figure out a way to afford it. No, you're throwing a tantrum at the wrong time.
Sure.
Like you just got to map it out. And if that person's not the answer yet, because they don't understand it, collect as many things to present your case. Right?
At that point, it kind of looks like that person presenting the idea is looking for external validation. If they're, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of times, that's what it is.
That's
There's
what
a
it
difference
is.
between a dreamer and a doer. A lot of people are dreamers.
Right.
But what are you doing? Are you putting that dream into action?
Yeah.
And that's what gets people, like you said, you made a valid point. You constantly going to someone and being like, hey, I need your support. I'm doing this, but you don't follow through on your dream. And then you come back with another dream, I don't follow through. And then you're like, man, I can't believe they're not supportive. They're not supportive. They're like, they're on a roller coaster with you. You know what I mean? You're bringing them up, but then we're not moving. You're bringing them up and we're not moving.
And they may have been at some point more excited than you. To
Mm-hmm.
achieve your dream.
But they see you not achieving
So
it.
maybe
Yes.
you weren't paying attention to their heartbreak when you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. And they want to set it up for again. And sure, a good point. What am I doing? We'll take a break. A mentor of mine at the time, named Johnny Tyler. Big up to Johnny. He told me when I first started on this track of like, wanting to see greatness. He was like, it took a lot of time away from my kids. Not my lot of kids like Miss Marilen I have, but some of my kids. It took away a lot of time. But he said to Sean, in a couple of years, you need to have fruits of your time, why you've been away and the things you've been doing. They need to see it. Because if your kids wake up one day and they don't see those things, they're going to look like, what was the point of you taking that time from us then?
Yeah.
That was powerful.
Oh.
He hit me with that. I was like,
that's what I struggle with all the time.
that was motivation. I was
Yeah.
like, that makes sense. That's what I want. I want them to be able to see the fruits of it, other than being like, I'm just out there wasting my time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that time I could spend with them.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got any questions? Facebook Live is definitely going crazy today. We will get back with you in a little bit. Thanks for tuning in, Convocation Radio. We're about to pay some bills, and we'll be right back.
We have today in the first quarter will definitely push us on to that fourth quarter to get
All right,
that
man,
W.
when we
I'm
come
talking
back-
about what
when we
Ralph
come back,
Emerson once
we'll
said.
talk about
Our greatest glory is
photography
not
business.
and never
We're gonna
fall,
get to your photography
but
business.
rising up
Sure.
every time we fall. Let me express
I
something.
like this.
You're built by your strength. So get up.
See, I'm
keep
already
going.
coaching you.
The
You don't even
reality of
know.
who we are today
Yeah.
is all
Osmosis.
by our upbringing and experiences in life.
It's
So persevere today. Get
it's good
past
to
the
the
struggle.
difference
Get
between
past the
confirmation and
procrastination. Get
validation,
past
where it's
the
like
unfortunate
finally
times
somebody's saying
and be
what's in your
misunderstood
head,
and
and you're
keep
like,
going. Because the grind is real. The gridiron is real. The
So
time
I
is real.
approach it like,
The brevity
sorry,
is
you're not
now.
going to understand my dream. It's bigger than where you were because you weren't thinking of it all night long. You know, so how could I like try to convince you? You're not in that realm with me.
Every single day, huge reasons to be great. Huge reasons to be
It's
successful.
okay, but it's okay because you're going to reap the benefits
The moment
of
that you
that
touch
dream.
your
Yeah.
feet on
So
God's
it's
free
exciting.
earth, I want you to have
Photographer too?
absolute reason.
Let me get on
When
your
you wash
level.
your face with determination,
You are
when you wash your face with enthusiasm,
See,
when you
don't do
wash
that
your
to
face
yourself.
with greatness
Oh
in the
my
morning,
gosh.
You're awesome.
understand there's a reason for everything in life.
You can be on the radio.
Understand that your reason has got to
You're
be
on the
as big as
radio.
your why. Your reason
You're a
has got to be as
co-host.
big as your how.
Put it
Your
on
reason
Marilen.
has got to be as big as your what. What is your
nervous
purpose
about
on this earth?
live radio?
Yo, you got to redefine the possibilities.
It helps when you have
And find your reason.
Conversation.
Have a
Yeah.
great and
You're
marvelous
just having
day.
a
Be
conversation.
extraordinary.
Equipment on.
Yeah.
Get the speed you need. Pre-syndicate your free tablet at your local ComServe Verizon store. With over 30 stores in Virginia and Maryland, we service your Verizon needs. Check out the new look at our recently remodeled ComServe Verizon stores in Yorktown, Virginia, by the Walmart on George Washington Memorial Highway, and in Williamsburg by the Premium Outlets.
There's
And
another
while you're
Sarah.
there, make
It's
sure you
Sarah,
get your
not
free
Sarah.
tablet today. Get the speed
Sarah,
you need.
this is
Pre-syndicate your free tablet at your local ComServe Verizon store. For more locations and promotions, follow ComServe Wireless on Facebook at facebook.com/comserve.verizon. With over 30 stores in Virginia and Maryland to service your Verizon needs. Get the speed you need and follow ComServe
You need one of those mini
Wireless.
tripod
Follow
things with the little
ComServe
thick
Wireless on
legs.
Facebook at
Little clamps.
facebook.com/comserve.verizon.
Yeah, I have
Hey
something
guys,
like that
what's up?
on
It's
there.
Chris Jones, author of
Like
The Art
pops
and Business
out.
of Writing and your virtual writing coach. Hey, let's talk about writing. So I hear you're looking to write your first book this year. Or were you thinking about starting a blog? Or were you thinking of maybe trying to break into writing for local publications? If A, B, or C or all three are what you're after, I'm your guy. Visit me online
Okay.
at www.chrisjonesink.com and let's talk writing. I'll see you there.
Angelic Touch Healthcare Services, where our slogan is from my hands to your heart. We service the 7 cities in addition to Smithfield and Williamsburg. We provide post-surgery, elderly center services, housekeeping. We accompany medical and social appointments, and we also take care of family areas while providing companion care, hospital-to-home transitional care, and new mommy care. We are licensed to line services to our elderly. We accept Medicaid, private pay, and other long-term insurances. And our staff are certified with clean background checks, very competent and professional. Angelic Touches can be found on the web at ANGELICTOUCHHCS.com, or we can be reached at our offices, 757-578-2712. Thank you, Angelic Touches.
And we are back. Convocation Radio, the most inspirational 60 minutes on radio, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. It's my first time behind the microphone doing the little production part. And a big shout out to my man Ray Pope. You know, Ray Pope, I learned a lot from you, brother. I know Ray had to go and make some other moves, but, you know, my brother from another mother, I really appreciate you, bro. And I see how hard you had it back here. I'm sorry for the times I was looking at you all funny cross-eyed, seeing that, you know, it's a little different when you're doing something, man. So shout out to my man Ray. We'll give a little shout out to Facebook Live. A lot of people are tuned in. My man Chris Morant. Chris, how you doing? Boom, boom. Kaya, she says she's excited about this show. Marilen. Jeff Noble. Now, Jeffrey Noble, I want to give a shout out to Jeff Noble. Jeff Noble is taking a huge initiative for what's going on in Hurricane Harvey in Houston, the southwest part of the country. He is he has got a couple of locations. Two of the locations are Body by D Gym in York County and in Hayes, Virginia. Also Leading Edge Automotive in York County, and a couple other places having drop-off locations for the victims of the hurricane. So please, you know, get an opportunity to come by and drop off those things. 106 North Constitution Drive in Yorktown, Virginia is our address in the York County facility. So come by, drop off some items, because again, don't let what you cannot do stop you from what you can do. Also, Chris Litwin, I want to say hello to Chris Litwin. So many other people that's on here. Stacy, Facebook Live is really doing good. Thank you. Mr. Gary, my personal speak coach, Mr. Gary, saying great show. Appreciate you listening. Coach Frank, and so many others. Thank you all for tuning in. Now, going back to you, Marilen. One of the things we want to talk about is your photography business. That's how I know you. Started off knowing you from your great photography business. How long have you been doing that, and what got you started?
Yes, so I've been a professional photographer since 2000. So I started in film photography, which is a totally different world than digital. Okay, I started because my dad was a hobbyist and would get into everything. And I just remember how I acquired my first camera was because my dad wanted to upgrade his old camera, and the best excuse for him was that I was going to learn photography, so I needed the new equipment, and so my mother had to give him new equipment. He always found a way, right? And so, but then I got nervous and decided, well, he needs to teach me a little bit of this, because if she asks what's happening, I need a legit, legit reason why I have a camera. But anyway, I went to college with my camera, and I was a self-designed musical theater / interdisciplinary arts major. And here I am with a fancy camera, and my friends need headshots. And so how it ended up was, Marilen, you have a nice camera, and we would like some headshots for the next audition. I said, sure, great, just get me a roll of film. Perfect. People loved it. The next person came up and said, I'm going to give you a roll of film and $20. And I was like, wait a minute.
Hey.
Stop the presses. Someone's going to pay me.
Cha-ching.
Right. And so one of my friends, Sarah, took to her headshots to, she got an agent, and that agency called me and said, oh, we really like the pictures that you took, and was wondering if you could update other people's headshots. And I said, let me get back to you, because I don't have my rate sheet in front of me. So I was like then scrambling, going, how much did you pay when you got your headshots done, etc. I never thought of it as a business. I was going to be on Broadway, so that was my dream. And it was fantastic. So I, after college, decided I'm going to have a very flexible job in case I need to go to theater auditions and do tours and things. And so I ended up working as a web designer, a ballroom dance instructor, and having a photography business on the side. So that's how ARTINSPIRED got started, because I was taking photos, and I figured, hey, it starts with an A, and it's an exciting name, ARTINSPIRED. And so I did that and started kind of like, hey, wait a minute, I can incorporate other things into this business. And so that's how ARTINSPIRED grew. But it came about from my photography. So here I am now. I'm actually mentoring photographers, and I've been doing that since probably 2010. And how that came about was, sometimes if you're busy, you can't service everybody. And it's hard to really refer other people because you don't know their professional quality. And the last thing I want is to refer to someone who may not be treated right, etc. I didn't want that responsibility coming back to me, because they will say, well, you recommended this person, and this is the experience we got. So I was like, if I can help people who are maybe coming into the field be successful, and I can share my knowledge with them, that's what I want to do. So then that way, too, I know what they're about, and if I can find the right client for them, it'd be a perfect fit for them. Because maybe not everybody's a perfect fit for me. I would like to kind of outsource that. So I don't believe in competition. That's not the way my world works. It's all about collaboration, and I love photography for that purpose. I've gotten to see some amazing things. I used to be a convention photographer as well, where I would go and attend conventions and take photos throughout the whole week. So anything from like golf tournaments to like these beautiful locations, horse races, you name it. It's been such an exciting time with that.
Nice, that is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. I like how, you hear so many stories about people who are really good at something that it happened. You know what I mean? It wasn't something that they actually was seeking. Like say you want to do ballroom, but then you end up doing this, And then just look at how, like, Broadway. You want to do Broadway, then you end up doing this. But this is really seeming like your purpose. You can tell by the results that this is what you're supposed to be doing,
Yes.
So do you feel, because you didn't do what because people have a hard time.
Oh, I'm still doing things. I don't want you to think I'm not doing stuff. So I do commercial work. I sing at my church. I perform different places.
Yeah, so. I got that. But also, do you want to? I want to think that. But do you think? Because I'm example. Okay, Coach Mike Tomlin from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I had a chance to meet him. His goal was to be an NFL football player. Mm-hmm. Okay, that didn't happen. He ended up becoming a Super Bowl coach. You know what I mean? But. And one time he spoke, he was saying, like, for a while, he felt like maybe he's really considered a failure because he didn't get his ultimate dream. But his dream got pivoted to something else what he's supposed to do. So that's my question. What do you feel like? Sometimes we have this,
that's
but that doesn't happen. But now you're doing this, which is like, so How do you feel?
I look at it in the context of my life when I created that dream. So
Okay.
that dream was created
like
by
that.
like a 12-year-old who admired Annie, right?
Okay.
So, so then you get exposed to other things, and your dreams grow with you. If you feel like you're chasing your dreams from your juvenile perspective, you're the one doing yourself the hurt.
Preach.
So you got to evolve with your dreams. My dreams are now inclusive of my children and my husband. I can't go out and like, la la land and say, see you later, I'll be back. That's not what I want in life right now, because that's where I am.
I'm sorry,
Now-
hold on one second.
Sure.
We got to applause that one. That was awesome. Can the church say amen on that one?
Yeah, no more juvenile dreams, right? And if anyone judges you on that because they remember you were so passionate and things like that, just gently remind them that say, haha, that was when I had braces. Like,
Yeah.
it's different now. And just say, now that it's different, do you have any questions for me so that you can like kind of see where I'm at? I would like for you to get to know me here.
Right.
Okay. And I told that to an ex of mine a long time ago. We had reconnected, and I told him, I was like, look, you're in love with that person that was like 3-5 years ago.
You don't want me
This
now.
is not that person, So same thing, dreams, people, places, houses, cars. Don't just try to like dig and opinions. Don't dig yourself into your own hole. It's not worth it. It's going to cost you time. And then you have all this time to like bring different things to fruition. Just do it. Don't analyze yourself. I was talking to somebody, they said, I need to know the reasons why I'm doing this. I was like, no, you don't. And I don't really need to know your reasons why either. I just know you're not doing it. So
Boom.
just do it.
That's simple.
Wow.
I like how you tell your ex, like, you don't want me now. You ain't ready for that. I'm a different person.
Hashtag I've changed.
Hashtag
That's
I
right.
changed.
Yeah.
You stay the same. I changed. But another thing you made point, people realize you have to get rid of old dreams to be able to attain new dreams. Like I said, so many people hold on to those old dreams, they would never get the new dreams because you're still holding on that attachment. You're like, this is what I want. That's like you said, juvenile dreams. I like that. That's a T-shirt. I like that, juvenile dreams. I like that.
Yeah.
So awesome. So you have those things. So you always say your dream has pivoted. You pivoted your dream to doing what you're helping people, your mentorship. Where do you feel yourself going from here? What is the goal, the vision for your company, ma'am, your brand?
So I am passionate about reaching as many people as possible. That there's no number to that necessarily. I think I'm always going to be put in a situation where there's a fellow human being in my path, and that's how it goes. So if it makes me happy and it makes me feel productive for me, then that's what I'll do. I don't think that there's any like super duper big label on what that future is going to be. I've just learned now to have a direction, okay? And the direction for me is always in education. It always has been. So I'm going to keep on that track saying, how do I engage to earn my value? And how I'm going to do that is through education. Some people will earn their value because of doing things for others in a service field. Some people earn their value in a trade. Some people earn their value in writing. There's so much value you can give to the world. You're not your title. I'm not my future title either. It's going to be, at this moment, am I bringing value to the table, whether it's paid or not paid? What am I doing to help you out? And then what am I doing to help myself out in the process? So that's really the big goal, keeping things open and building a team there, right? So if someone has a dream that's similar to mine, how can we combine that?
Right.
It's more fun. Then you can have a disco party to celebrate all your wins.
Disco party.
That's right. You can't have a disco with just yourself.
Staying alive, huh?
That's right.
I got you. Staying alive. Now, you talk about having to create a team. You have a lovely young lady here who's an apprentice. So tell me about that, your apprenticeship program.
So Sarah is one of my...
what up?
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah's one of my chosen people, as
Okay.
I call it.
Chosen.
Because it's not
She's like a disciple?
Yeah.
Chosen.
Yeah, I feel like I'm short like Yoda, so that works. And, because see, what did Yoda say? Do or do not, there is no try, right?
Sure.
So I could do it in my Yoda voice, but that might be annoying. So when it comes to my intimate group, I'm going to be very picky. It's not about me like, okay, I need like 100 apprentices under me because I'm going to be like, woo, banking it. That is not the way I will do it, because it's more like I have to live with this person, right? So I have to choose people like Sarah very carefully, and I do a very thorough interview. I ask different questions because also I don't need somebody who's going to slow down my process. I can think things through for you. If you don't trust me, we're not a right fit, okay? There are ways to exceed your expectations. I want to draw that out of you. And if it flows into something else and it doesn't stay at photography, I am totally open to that. But obviously there was that original desire, so that she wants to earn value through the eyes that she has, through the skills of customer service that she has. And in turn, is there other things that we can incorporate with that dream that will help her gain more income streams? Because sometimes we're burnt out on a current job that we have, and you don't have to stay there. And so my program really tries to help you create new thoughts so that you can achieve things sooner and not have to say, well, until I get to this point, then I'm going to go for that point. You're not guaranteed that.
Never going to happen.
Yeah, and that's your excuse, right? So none of that. And let's just say, what can you do today that's going to take you even further? What's your catapult? I love that word. You know, take you here to there. Like, just get there. There's efficient ways to get there. You don't have to crawl to get there.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you can with what you have at the present moment. That's how you get started. That's how you got to get started. You know what I mean? So that's awesome. So you said, also too, I guess obviously like Sarah, success leaves clues. People don't realize. Success is not this hidden thing like, oh my God, what is that? It leaves clues. So you want to be around people who are where you want to be. You know what I mean? So that's what Sarah's doing. Sarah's very smart. She sees something. She's around a person that she's at the level that she wants to do it at, and she learned from. That's what happened with mentorship. You
That's
know?
right.
So that's a valuable thing to you.
That's a valuable word.
Yeah.
People don't consider having a mentor in their life.
It's a must.
And to me, I still have mentors.
It's a must.
There's places I still need to get to in my knowledge, and a mentor is important for me.
It's a must. Yeah, it's definitely a must. Only thing about it, I feel like when people like ask me to be, when they say I'm their mentor, I'm like, but I'm too young to be. You know, it just makes me feel a little like, you know what I mean? But I get it though. You know, you're never too young to teach, and you're never too old to learn.
That's
so
right.
That's definitely true. Now, so how can people get in contact with you? You know, if they're looking to use your service or whatnot, how can they get in contact with you?
Sure. So I'm online all the time, but you can look me up, Marilen Crump. That is Marilen, and it's C as in cat, RUMP as in Paul. So Marilen Crump, just do a search on that. You can actually go to marilencrump.com, or you can go to ARTINSPIRED.com. There's plenty of ways to reach out to me there.
That's awesome. Chrissy, you got someone similar to you? You know, you have any words for her?
Oh, yeah.
Question?
Well, I was just talking about, I was thinking about like choosing a mentor, and you were talking about choosing an apprentice. We'll talk about what kind of qualities, if you're a person and you think you're seeking out a mentor, like what qualities are you looking for in a mentor?
They have to vibe with you, and they have to know whether you're negatively or positively driven.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sometimes some people do their best work when there's like negativity. It's weird,
Yeah.
right? When they're on the time crunch, they got to get it done tomorrow. They do their best work then. There's other people that can't stand that. They don't want that kind of pressure. They want like positive encouragement, things like that.
Yeah, they need
so
to be headed.
you have to ask. Let's say if you're seeking a mentor, you have to ask those questions, and just kind of like. You don't have to stick with everybody so long either. Like one mentor might be good for you at that moment,
Yeah.
but then there's another portion in your life that's not being met. Sometimes you have multiple mentors, right? So it's all about just you have to be authentic, because if you're not presenting the right things to the mentor, we're only going by what you say. A good enough mentor will kind of smell if something's off, right? So if you see a face like this on me, something's off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll say, maybe you're not giving me the whole 100% truth in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It really is unique to you. So I might not be the best fit for people, and I'll tell them straight up, and then there might be somebody I can think of that's better than me. Same thing with personal training. There's all these things, even yoga instruction. it's okay. And you don't have to bash that person because they didn't fit you.
Right.
Okay, that's another thing I'm looking at in the world, is there's too much bashing of other people. Unnecessary, okay? Find a mentor, calm down.
What do you think that's about?
That is about a lot of like, you were talking about instinct earlier, and you were saying instinct versus beliefs, okay? Instinctually, we all have this beautiful drive. We're all beautiful people. And I think that when you find a practice like a yoga, or you get together with people that will bring out those instincts, don't think that your beliefs are any stronger than that thing. It's not. You're just distracted and you've been shutting it off. You have false sense of accomplishments throughout your day, where when you're arguing with people online, you're feeling like, yeah, I accomplished something. No, you didn't. Right?
You participated in the power struggle.
That went nowhere. You never changed that person's mind, and you definitely didn't create a new thought in your brain, because all you're doing is reiterating what you already know. So I think you have to look at your day and say, where are the voids? That's one of the biggest voids, is arguments. Arguments are voids, okay? When you aren't kind of being open to that other point of view, you're like sucking up your own knowledge, okay? You're like what I call choking your own wisdom, all right? So there's room for lots of thoughts, because guess what? All these people have thoughts. I would say about 10% have true action behind it.
Yeah.
So that's okay. Like, you have to say, how am I going to accomplish what I need to accomplish? Is this part distracting me? And I just think, bring out your instincts. Find somebody who's going to bring out the powerful, positive instincts in you. And it can be a group. It can be a mentor. It could be something you're listening to. Think about that. Yeah. Things that you're watching, is it draining your instincts or is it helping your instincts? I'm very careful about things that I listen to, things that I watch, people that I talk to. And I'm an active editor of my words.
Yeah.
An active editor of things I write. Okay? Because words have power, and you're smart enough to edit as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta take inventory of your life. That's even of the people that you're around, what you're looking at, who you associate with. You gotta be a guardian of your energy.
Yes.
If you don't realize that, you have to guard your energy. Your energy is so important. You know what I mean? It's like, you remember like when Kanye West came on stage with Taylor Swift. Sometimes I'm like, when I have like bad energy around, I'm like, where's Kanye when you need him? Like, I need Kanye to come kick this person out of my life. You know what I mean? To get them off my stage. Where's Kanye when you need him, what we say. But anyway, you have to protect your energy, like Miss Marilen said, and Marilen said, and it's very, very vital that you do that. It's very important. You gotta take an inventory. You gotta watch what you say, because there's an old African proverb. Be like, the enemy outside cannot get you if there's no enemy within.
Right.
So you talk about arguments and stuff on Facebook. If you know what you're about, nobody from the outside can bring you down. You know, only person can bring you down is you, because you allow it.
That's right.
You believe it, so that's what bring you down.
So you're protecting your energy, but you're also protecting your legacy. The enemy
legacy building.
That's right. The enemy likes to keep track of the things you put out there. So if you're putting out all this mess out there, all that's archived now. Okay? So part of your legacy is what you've ever said and done. Your kids are going to be either benefiting or not from the things that you've actually put into the world.
That's so true. That is so true. Man, I love it. I love it, Marilen. Great. Give one more time. Give your websites one more time.
ARTINSPIRED.com or MarilenCrump.com.
MarilenCrump.com. We're about to pay our bill or two. Be right back again. Convocation Radio, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I challenge you right now to lay it down right now. Lay down the foundation of true, long-lasting, continual consistency. Are you hearing me? Stay consistent. I know a lot of people, we're in the 4th month, I know a lot of people that have fallen off, that have given up, that have quit or set aside or put on the back burner, fell out of touch, fell out of passion and love with what they wanted to attain in 2017. Listen, we're in the 4th month. And so I challenge you to stay consistent. Stay consistent. Eat, breathe, and live with consistency in your mind as well as in your heart and soul. that this is what I want for my family, this is what I want for myself, this is what I want professionally, this is what I want personally, but you do it. No exceptions, just adjustments, and do it. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Coach Beyond with Coach Sagasta. That's right, Coach Beyond with Coach Sagasta. This is Coach's Corner. Listen, I need you to go beyond. I need you to definitely take a moment, a time out from your day right now. Take out this minute and say, I'm going to go beyond. I'm going to go beyond the naysayers. I'm going to go beyond doubt. I'm going to go beyond fear. I'm going to go beyond worry. I am going to go beyond pain, sweat, blood, and tears. I'm going to go beyond that. Why? Because I'm going to make the impossible possible for myself.
30 seconds.
That I may find
Great show, ladies.
satisfactory.
Great
That
show.
I may continue to go beyond those areas to
I like this
achieve
production.
what I truly want.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
You have that potential deep down inside you. I know you do. Spend a little time searching it.
10
Bring
seconds.
it out. I promise you, you'll get results.
What's up,
Listen,
Marilen?
make the rest of your day the best of your day. Go beyond and make every single day count. Make it a masterpiece.
Make the rest of your day the best of your day. My man, Coach Frank. That's what Coach Frank says. Now, Marilen, you're coming to the end. Unfortunately, it's been a great show. Nora Wood just said motivate, inspire, and thank you for coming on. You and Chris, great job today,
Thank
ladies.
you.
Really
Such
great
a
job.
pleasure.
And Sarah, and great job,
Thank you.
ladies. Now, Marilen,
Yes.
question we like to ask people, to end this. Now, if you had an opportunity to sit down with one person, past or present, for 60 minutes, who would that person be?
Jesus, and I know it's coming, so
Nice.
I'm so excited.
And why? Why Christ?
Wow, the best teacher I've ever heard of or even read about. I mean, who could put like the most complex issues of your life into simple explanations that even a child can understand? And to have that skill and kind of insight in other people's hearts, I think that's just so super admirable. The things I want to ask him is like, okay, how do I keep growing my heart so that when things like get me down or frustrate me, that I'm still loving that person, the most difficult person in front of me, how do I love them? And that's my biggest burning question in life, and that's who I want to meet and answer that question.
Nice. Now we're going to flip it a little bit, all right? This one about the Lord. We can't say the Lord on this one, all right? Now what it say? Now, if you had an opportunity to go on a blind date with someone past or present, your husband not listening, so you're good. He's not listening. Close your eyes, close your ears, Mr. Crump. Who would that be?
Oh.
Well, I stumped her on that one. Says,
yeah, I mean, he's amazing. I tell him every day. Every time he walks in the room, I'm like, whoa.
I believe
Are
that.
you my husband?
But, just for radio, it's different. You can say it.
Let's see.
I know.
That falls so flat
Chrissy, how about
in
you?
comparison.
I'm single, so this could be a really long
Well, go ahead. Who would it be then?
Well, I kind of have, oh gosh, I can't see.
Man, these ladies are stumped.
Yeah,
I got stumped
I've got
ladies.
standards. My standards are like.
Well, give me a standard. Give me somebody.
But like, okay, I can't.
It's not that hard. Spit it out.
Are Serena and Common still together? Because I'm afraid.
No,
of
they're
it.
not.
Okay,
They're
okay,
not.
cool. Then
They're
I
not.
would go. I would really.
You like Common?
I love Common.
What do you like about Common?
He's real.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
what he says. I like he's intelligent and he's yeah. That he doesn't have many voids that aren't voids that aren't getting making something, changing the way people think, and I don't know. He's cute. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the probably the important thing, right?
Yeah.
You're like, he's cute. Now, it's ended. 60 seconds, Mel. Give the people out there some lasting parting words of encouragement.
Sure, write out your dreams. Just put it down. I'll be there if you need me. I just know that when you asked me that question about who my dream person is, that was my husband. And before I met him, I drew it all out. I made a chart. I nerded out. I nerded out in what I wanted, and then it delivered. So that's powerful. Have a vision, stay in control, and love.
Man, powerful. Chrissy, what about you? How you enjoyed being on the radio your first time?
I like this.
You like it?
Yeah. This is what
it looks good on you.
Well, thank you.
Radio
Thank you.
looks good on
I
you.
love connecting with people. It's just my favorite thing. Like, just, it makes the world seem so much smaller. And I really enjoy the things that people tell me about themselves and about their experiences and what they love about life. So this is pretty cool.
This is totally awesome.
Yay.
Well, again, thank you all for coming on Convocation Radio. Kelly said Channing Tatum. She was easily said that would be her.
Oh, yes. Magic Mike, I told everyone.
After Magic Mike, I got you.
I changed my mind.
Miss Wanda was like, it would be my younger self. She would tell herself not to give up, not to listen to negativity, be kind always, especially when it's not easy. Powerful words.
Yes,
thank you to everyone who listened on Convocation Radio. Please like our page on Facebook, Convocation Radio, and don't forget to check out Marilen, Crump, and Christy and Sarah. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Until next week.
Woohoo.
Okay, I didn't do too bad on my first time behind the scenes. I'm kind of excited. I didn't do too bad. But anyway, until next time, remember, life treats you the way you treat it. Be safe. Prayers to all the victims of Hurricane Harvey. And then remember, again, life treats us the way we treat it. And next Friday, have a great one.
Okay, you can turn those off. I'm impressed.
Turn this one off.
Yay!
Off.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
That was so
I was listening to your break. You did excellent.
Thank you.
First time.
Thank you.
You learn fast, don't you?
You look like you were
I tried to
doing
focus.
this.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I really did. I really did.
Somebody said, you know, we don't like a lot of people. We go there. I said, well, yeah, I know, but she's going to see how you do. I'm impressed. I just want
This says a lot. This says a lot. Thank you. This says a lot. This says a lot.
I'm glad.